Well, they're still racing off at the trestle, but the blood don't burn in her veins. She's just got that house up in Fairview with a style she's trying to maintain. And if she wants to see me, she knows where I can be found. Deep over yonder, neath Abraham's bridge, there's a darkness on the edge of town. There's a darkness on the edge of town. Everybody's got a secret, something that they just can't face. They spend their lives trying to keep it. They carry it with them every step that they take, till someday they just cut it loose. Cut it loose or let it drag them down, where nobody looks in your eyes or smiles on your face. There's a darkness on the edge of town. There's a darkness on the edge of town. Some people are born into a good life, others get it anyway, anyhow. Well, I lost my money and I lost my wife. Them things don't seem to matter much to me now. Well, I'll be high on that hill with the things I've lost. Man, I'll be high on that hill so I can pay the cost. Always looking for things that will only be found in the darkness on the edge of town. There's a darkness on the edge of town.
Greetings, Earthlings. Doughboy Druid here. I'm back from tour. This is another weekly update, and it was a really good time. It was a lot of work to, all the business stuff that went into booking all the shows. Probably was like 4 to 1 hour ratio, meaning that like for 4 hours of planning, I actually got to play for 1 hour. But that 1 hour, I sent it every night. So many great bands I played with. I have a poster up in my room. So started out in Jasper with John Capus from Edmonton and Willie Saunders from Scramble, and my buddy Jacob, who is my roommate who lives at the hostel here. It was funny. We all three of us looked like a different variation of Jesus and played a different type of music. We all have long hair and beards. And Jake played some funky. John played some folky, and I just went and did whatever. And I was just chatting with people in the row about love and about lust and about death, and yeah, it was a good time. It was a good way to start the tour. And then I did a little jam just with some friends at the hostel the night after on the Thursday, and I played some music, and then somebody sang some karaoke, and then we jammed out some songs. We played a really good one. We played a Jason Mraz song that I had never played before. I mean, Jason Mraz isn't. I don't know if he's really my dude, but we played some happy song by him, and everybody dug it, so that was sweet. I'll take a listen later about like see what he's up to. And then I took off to Kamloops. Kamloops was fucking awesome. I played at a casino there. Everybody was shoveling food in their face, and I played for 3 hours. I didn't have anything left after that. I was playing fucking this Zeppelin cover. I couldn't remember the words. Can I take you to the movie? Can I take you to the show? Can I be your one and truly? Can I make your garden grow? You know! That's my Robert Plant impersonation. But I couldn't remember the words, and some guy was really into it, and then afterwards he was like, that was awesome, just work on the lyrics next time. I was like, thanks, bud. I'd been playing for 3 hours up until that point, so go fuck yourself. But also, thank you for listening. Do you want to buy a CD? And that's when I had some brake issues with the van. There was this stomping noise whenever I would depress the brake pedal. So I called my buddy, called Ryan. If you're watching this, you've been such an absolute legend helping me with that van. And it Magic Johnsoned itself the next day. Cured itself of its brake issues. And then I rolled into Salt Spring. Thank you so much, Jake Guy, and the Ocean Fresh, the Ocean Collective, for hosting me. I played a half-hour opening set for their Fresh Coast tour. Amazing people there. It was a great party. All walks of life from all different parts of Canada. We all met at the Beaver Lodge and threw down. And DJ Snakehead, we were doing our D&B skanking and dancing until 4 a.m. probably. Yeah, it was a late night, but fuck, that was a party. And it was a good time, and we all chilled. Mo Mashiri was a standout artist that night. Holy shit, so humble and nice and kind and interested and engaged, and he's done so much with music. I recommend go listen to his stuff, and yeah, maybe I'll link up with them again. That was a great experimentation in spoken word. Victoria was the next day. I rolled in and immediately went to Gigi's and asked for some motherfucking coffee, and that was great. I played a stripped down cafe set. It was pretty simple. The crew there was so nice. The staff were great, and I liked that location, and the people who came in were all, hip people from UVic and from the Quadra Village area, and they were really interested, and just linking up and chatting with people about art in general. It's always nice to go into a venue where there's a bunch of other artists around, and they're not judging you, they're just listening to you do your thing, and made some great connections there. So I mean, man, for Victoria, wicked show. And then drove up to Nanaimo. I took the night off. Sunday night I had nothing going on, so I just biked around and shit. I have a secret camp spot in Victoria that nobody ever bothers me. Just chill, listen to some podcasts, and get ready for the next day. I didn't know what to expect with tour. I didn't know if I'd just be exhausted right away or how it would go. But I mean, all the venues were great, and it was always a pretty chill time. And I covered gas and a bit more, so I made a bit of profit. So it was good. Yeah, it was definitely a success. Nanaimo Bar was where I went next. I hosted their open mic on Monday, and it was rowdy. It was a rowdy crew in there, and I played a little bit, and then somebody came up and played, what was his name, Dan, maybe? I think it might have been Dan. He went up and he was strumming all night long, man. He's killing it. He's playing the vibe of the bar. The bar is definitely into like 90s grunge, like, here come my hero, watch me try. Here go my hero. See, I get to learn that. I didn't learn any songs from that era. I actually don't listen to much music from that era, so maybe realize I should probably listen to a bit more of that shit. And then, yeah, a couple of people went up and played the same song a bunch of times, Maroon 5. Yeah, there's some pretty loaded people there, and then the bartender's like, "Get off the stage!" Then they were like, "No, fuck you." I was just sitting there. I was pretty tired already by this point, but what a great venue, man. I like those guys. I'm gonna go back and play again. And Greg Rickus played there the night after. He played a show there. He's a Winnipeg boy. I think he's a punk musician. I don't know much about him actually. Let's take a look. Greg Rickus. Rickus? I don't know. This is the podcast portion of the evening. Greg Rickus. Yeah, he's got definitely some albums out. He's been doing his thing in Winnipeg for a long time. I definitely remember. Never saw his shows, but yeah, came across paths, said a quick hello in the bar, and yeah, I was at the Globe that night, so I played with Baby Blue and Jing Garrick, and we all played a little 45-minute set, I think, each. And then I was playing at the end, and the house was pretty empty, and then a couple people came in, a couple of people who were running the bar, running the concert venue. Didn't even have a bar, but it was, man, wicked venue, old punk venue, beautiful building, beautiful sound system. Man, Rich really decked that place out with he had a great sound system, and he was working the boards all night. He was teaching me a bunch of stuff with the pro audio, and yeah, then they came in, and then we got rowdy. We all had a jam session. There were only about 3 or 4 of us in the joint, and we were just making songs on the spot till the wee hours. And then yeah, I had to dip to that was my second night in Nanaimo, so 2 stops in Nanaimo. I might go back there, and that might be my home for a little bit. We'll see. And then I went up to Comox afterwards for a double show. I had 2 shows on the same day, and that was great. Reconnected with some friends there. Yeah, a couple of friends came out to go check out the both shows. First one was at Moon's Records, so Tosh, thanks for that. He's a Winnipeg guy, works his ass off at festivals, and he hosted me. I played outside for the afternoon, and that was great. Bought a record. I bought The Who. I haven't listened to it yet. Live cut of, you can see that in the spotlight. The Who live at Leeds. It actually doesn't have a ton of songs on it. I don't know much about it, but the price was right because it was used. But it has all this like extracurricular shit in it. These are notes for like receipts and stuff. And there's a photo of the band back in the day when they had, pretty little baby faces before they got all weird and degenerate around that was probably around the Who Are You era. But it's interesting because you could see they had prices and receipts and stuff, like for Phantom guitar case and piano, bass and stuff, and how much it cost. And that's interesting. I don't even keep my books. I just pay the cash money. I gotta start keeping my books for next year. Write all this stuff off as tax purposes. And then we moved to Church Street Tap House in Comox was great, and it was probably the busiest show, full house, when I got there and started. Yeah, jammed out some covers and some spoken word. No spoken word at that one, actually. And lovely venue, so well kept. And very friendly, easy going, boom, 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 easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then, where the fuck did I go after Comox? I think I drove back to Parksville and then shot west to Shars Landing in Port Alberni. Had a nice intimate show. That show was the one where I saw like all the practice that I put in to doing this tour and to practicing the music and the showmanship and all that. It was going to pay off at some point. And then Shars Landing, I mean, she took some wonderful videos of me playing, which are always, so good for promo and shit. But also it was listening venue for the first time where people were sitting and they were listening instead of, when you play in a bar, everybody's chatting, rocking out and shit. Cafes, everybody's chatting. Tap house, I was gonna say courthouses, but I don't know about that. I've never played in a courthouse. Tap houses, they're like pubs too. People are chatting, people are listening in the front, but then like, the sound doesn't always carry to the back. You're kind of like background music. But Char's Landing, she was saying people want to hear about your journey and your music and your engagement and your community and your family. And I was talking about my family and shit. And that was great. Because a lot of the songs I write are about family. That I didn't realize how much that meant to me. And, thank you to my family for always being supportive. And, yeah. And just about why I write the songs that I write. And I didn't think about it very much going in. And I was just probably speaking like a fucking crazy person. But it was a great venue, and it was so well kept, and Char was inviting me into the Port Alberni music community, and then wrecked Ukilit was the next one, and then by the time I got to Yuki, I could kind of start to see the end of the line. That was a Friday night show, and I was looking forward to that one all tour. Because I met up with Naked by the Fire, Jeremy and the boys from Victoria, and we threw a great show. I opened for them, and it was like what it was meant to be for a fucking Friday night, man. I rocked out, played some acoustic, and then got into some spoken word, finished with some rock, and then they went and absolutely smashed the joint. Played for like an hour and a half, right till the end, right till the cutoff. We all sang "I Shall Be Released" on stage together. They kept getting harassed into playing more songs. And it was a great turnout in Yuki, and man, that was the joint. That was a lot of fun. We had a good time. We'll be back there for sure. Vancouver. Oh man, I broke down driving into Vancouver. I took the ferry over from Nanaimo, I think, and then was in van by about 2:00. And then I was trying to drive over the fucking, not Capilano Bridge, but the other one. There's a good, there's like 25 fucking bridges in that city. And I broke down just as I was about to get on to the one lane. There was a green light, but it was only one lane. So if I broke down on that bridge, I was fudged, man. So what I did was just pulled off to the side of the road, finished with some stuff. My van was an absolute mess. I updated on Instagram. It looked like it was a fucking shit show. And then called Ryan in desperation, and he said, "It'll be all right, buddy." And then I fired her up, drove her over, no doghouse, just smoke and gasoline billowing out into my face as I drove over the bridge, just totally fucking jacked up on Mountain Dew. Over, in, to the venue, which was the Cheese Inn. I played with All Day Breakfast and TG Starlight. TG kicked it off. She absolutely nailed it. People were asking her for more. She had a fantastic set. And then All Day Breakfast came in, Pub Tunes. They're a beautiful duo. Go check them out. They brought their family in. There were people from all over. They brought the whole fucking crowd in themselves, and it was great. Great party on a Saturday. And then they didn't have any songs left to play. They were done, and there was only maybe 45 minutes left, half an hour left. And I was thinking to myself, like, what do I do here? Should I just give them the floor for the next little bit? Because they was their crowd, man. They had been working that crowd with all these pub tunes. I thought, what am I going to do? And they're Irish boys. So I pulled out the only Irish tune that I know, which is "On the old triangle and jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal." And it absolutely decimated the crowd. As soon as I played those first couple of chords, I was looking at the table in front of me full of all these Irish people, and they got up and they started ripping. That was great, and that was such a lovely crowd, and everybody was having a great time. It was a good old night at the pub over at the Cheese Inn. So yeah, thanks to those hosts, Jaylene and Phil were great. And by that time, I knew I only had a couple days left. So Sunday was actually a day off. But not actually, because the last minute I got hooked up with a gig at Dodgers, the Artful Dodger in Langley, which was actually out the way that I was going, because I was starting to shoot up to, I had to go up to Kelowna for my last one, and then eventually get back to Jasper. So I played the afternoon at a farmer's market and pub, and that was great, doing that last minute, and I rocked up, everything was super easy. I had my own sound equipment set up, played. Beautiful dogs. I've never seen dogs like that. They're all just chilling. They're laughing. They're sniffing each other's butts. They're biting each other. I'm playing music. They're digging it. This Dalmatian almost ran over the set. They almost ran over the stage. Perfect. That's the way I like it. Very, very easy afternoon, and everybody was just playing. I sounded like shit by this point. I hadn't taken a day off. I was singing like this. And then last stop was Shoreline Brewing over yonder in Kelowna. And that was great. Monday, I think it was a Tuesday show. No, actually, sorry, it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. I did not take a day off, just so you know. And then I came back and started working night shifts. But Shoreline in Kelowna was great. For a Monday show, people were really into it. People were digging it. The speakers were cool because I plugged my my mixing console in that I control all the vocals and shit off of. And my guitar, I run everything through there. So I can set the level so I know, like, I want the vocals a little louder than the guitar or whatever. And then that got plugged into 4 speakers, but there were speakers outside too. Like outside the venue, like the big Kona fucking big shit speakers, man. What the fuck is I talking about? Yeah, so these big shit speakers, I don't know why I called them shit speakers. They're big Kona speakers, big, big girthy speakers. They're all the way fucking inside, outside, and then so what I was playing inside, they could hear outside, but they couldn't see me unless they looked through the window. So it's very cool. It's like Wizard of Oz shit. Like I'm singing, but also they can hear it outside. So I'm like their captain basically. I'm gonna do that concept more. I'm gonna figure out how to do that here at the hostel at HI. Just I could be playing right now in my room and everybody can hear it in the hostel and they're like, man, I like this playlist. I don't know. I gotta monetize. I don't know how I'd monetize that shit. And then that was it. And then I drove back and went straight into night shifts. Thank you to everybody who made that tour great. It was a blast. It was terrifying at the start, and then eventually you get into the flow of, like, you wake up, you find a place to take a piss, drive, try to get some exercise, get on the mountain bike. I did a lot of mountain biking. Did a lot of normal road biking around some of the cities as well, and ran some errands, had to pick up some gear sometimes, but fuck, easy lifestyle. I'm going to do it again. Probably go east in the spring maybe. But I don't know. I haven't thought too much ahead. I've just been sitting down and taking it easy for the first time. I've worked my ass off for the last year, and it's been a lot of work and a lot of, personal growth and a lot of realizations and a lot of love and a lot of loss and a lot of, I guess, all the things that make up a year. And it was a beautiful year. Good or bad, but it was beautiful. So on the horizon for me is to get this motherfucking book done. Book's gonna be done in December, I think. I'm thinking it could be longer. I don't know. I'm gonna finish the recordings this week and then we'll work on the publication stuff. But I only have a couple more tracks to do. I'm gonna record a little bit of saw this week. Learn how to play musical saw for one track and record some. I gotta record some lake noises, but you'll keep that on the DL. You'll hear it in the track and you'll be like, I see. So that's going to be a book of poetry released sometime in the winter, hopefully before the end of the year. I'd like to get a real release done by, try to do one every year. Like 2021 would be, 2021 was like all the I should have sat on some of that stuff more maybe, but also I was listening to a lot of Shaky Graves saying, like, whatever you make, just put it out there. Just put it out there. Now Shaky Graves apparently is sitting on an entire album. Won't put it out there. Well, I guess he's touring every day of the year at this point. So I'll get that's going to be the major release of 2022. It's going to be Blame and Other Poems. I think that's going to be the name of it. And that's being worked on with Skylar Johnson over in Budapest. And I think she might be in Berlin now. So we're working on this project. We're very excited to present it to you. We've both been working hard. We're both really into our craft, and we work really well together, so that's going to be a great time. And then what else was there to do? We're doing a fundraiser for Jasper Housing in like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I think it's going to be on the 19th. So we got Ejaz, the alien, who we've linked up before. I got his poster on my wall. John Capus, we've linked up before at my fucking tour kickoff. And then Jake also played at Tour Kickoff, and he's going to be there. So 4 artists. Oh, wait, we're in Stad too. What the hell am I talking about? I almost forgot about Wade. Wade's going to be there. And so there's going to be 5. I might play. We'll see if there's time. And it's going to be a community conversation and fundraiser for the fact that none of us can find housing in Jasper that's affordable or safe. We all live in Staffacom, which luckily our jobs are super chill. But not everybody's is. Here at HI, everything is great, but other places definitely take advantage of their staff, and we can see the social fallout a lot in Jasper. There's a lot of people who are, trying to feel better about not being able to afford to live here. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and maybe we'll live stream the community conversation so y'all can learn more if anybody's interested. And we're going to have a night of music, a community conversation where we chat about how we can make housing better, and then a prize wheel. It's gonna be maybe $25 a pop. You spin the wheel and you get a prize. It could be something like free tickets to sports match in Jasper. Maybe we have a hockey team here, I think. We could do free night stays at a couple of the wilderness hostels around. I think HI was saying they're going to be interested. We're going to be catered, hopefully. We'll see if we can get catered. And that's going to be the night. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of people coming into the hostel. And thank you, Chantier Jeunesse, for hooking me up with some funds to be able to help the community, which is something I've always been striving to do here in Jasper. And that is, 26 minutes of your time. So I'm going to peace out. I don't know if anybody watched this far. I'll flash you at this point. Maybe I'll cut that part out. Probably not. Okay, talk to you guys later. Peace out. Delboy Druid here from Jasper. I love all of you. Thank you if you're watching this, you're awesome. Thank you for your support, and keep following. I'll keep doing these updates every week. And yeah, take care of yourself and your friends and your family and your loved ones. And I hope that everybody out there who is struggling or going through periods of intense learning or going through a lot of time of growth is able to feel the vibes coming out, because that's what I'm doing right now. Feeling a bit rough after tour. I don't have so much on my plate, so unfortunately you gotta feel the things sometimes. Take the break, smell the flowers, and feel the burn. Okay, talk to you later. Love y'all. Bye.